and starting from question numbers 141 onwards. Comes under this reasoning section. Now 141 chesara. Now here in this 141, now first or the second priority, put cheddam. And second priority. In the second priority, now because 8 persons were there and altogether 9 months were there. 9 months and 8, that means one of the month is vacant. And vacant in general will be the second priority. Okay? 141 to 145. Next one. 141 to 145, 9 months, 8 persons. And next one, Japan. Now 146. 146 to 148. Chestunnaru ledha? And definitely under the first priority. And 2 questions were given under this one. Shall I explain this one or not required? No, fine. Then 2 questions. Then 148 to 151. Ma chesara ledha 148 to 151. Cheyaleda 148 to 151. Now here parallel rows and with a parameter. And parallel rows with a parameter in general must be the first priority. Anagadu. Mari meeru deenni second pettaru tarvata chuddam nenu. And 148 to 151 and parallel rows how many persons are there? And 12 persons and 2 rows, isn't it? Plus parameter. And 142 to 154. Amma chestunam kada first priority lo. 152. Now in this 152, tell me what is the information given. Amma em icharu cheppandi. Now country A framed a new law. And it framed a new law last year, according to which all foreign students must be deported back to their native countries. All these foreign students must be deported, that means sent back to their native countries once they have finished the college work. మా కాలేజ్ చదువు అయిపోయిన వెంటనే వాళ్ళందరినీ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు అండ్ వాళ్ళ కంట్రీకి పంపించాలని వాళ్ళు డెసిషన్ తీసుకున్నారు. Then this means that now they would not be able to secure employment here. Overall, enrollment this year would therefore dip by more than 85% in our university, dean of a university in country A set. ఆ కంట్రీ ఏజ్లో ఆ యూనివర్సిటీ డీన్ ఏమంటున్నారు చెప్పండి, ఈ సంవత్సరం ఈ అడ్మిషన్స్ ఏవైతున్నాయో 85% వరకు తగ్గిపోతాయి. ఎందుకు తగ్గుతాయి? బికాజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్. After their studies, they were sent back rather than letting those people to work in that place. Isn't it? And university is it. Then these are the different conditions we have A, B, C, D, and F. Then, which are the following is true? If the statement made by the dean of the university is definitely true. Which are the following is true? And the statement made by the dean. Dean em chepparu cheppandi? Now it is going to a dip of around 85% in the admission. Adi true avvali. Manaki ichina choices lo edi vastundi manaki. Then C. Thousands of students competing for placements in country A render many citizens jobless now. Now this is C is what C is. The reason why the government has come out with this law. ఆ లోకల్ పీపుల్ అందరికీ వాళ్ళకి జాబులు లేకుండా వాళ్ళు అయిపోతున్నారు కాబట్టి బయట నుంచి వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు చేసేస్తున్నారు. అందుకు లోకల్ పీపుల్ సపోర్ట్ చేయడానికి దే హ్యావ్ కమ్ అవుట్ విత్ దిస్ వన్. Now this is the reason why the government has come out, or this is the cause. And both B and D. Forcing the foreign students out would lead the draining out of some of the best brains in the industry. Now, this is effect of this one, isn't it? Effect of the decision taken by the government. And she does not come under made by the dean is true. And B. What is B here? And forcing the foreign students out would lead the draining out some of the best brains, leading to economic losses in the long run. Then next one, only E. Now what is a majority of students in the university are comprised of foreign students. And next one A. What is it? There exists a huge competition between citizens of country A and foreign students to get into the best colleges of country A. Now this is not needed to this one. Now this is again ruled out, isn't it? Now between B and D. What is the country A has the most number of sought after colleges than any other in the world. Now this is it. Now we are left with B and E. B and E lo E chudandi. Majority of students are comprised of foreign. Now he is discussing the statistics of this one. And this is again ruled out. Now below చూడండి. Now below what ఏమంటున్నాడు, forcing the students out would lead to draining out some of the best brains in the industry. దానివల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, మంచి మంచి వాళ్ళందరూ ఇక్కడ నుంచి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు. దానివల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, and the economy losses in the long run. Now here he is talking about what? The negative aspect of the decision taken by the government. Now again in the above thing also, now ఇక్కడ వీడు అంటుంది అని చెప్పండి, now 85%, there is a negative aspect of this one. Now in both the cases he is talking about the effects and which is negative by that decision. కనుక ఆన్సర్ ఏమని చెప్పండి, ఓన్లీ B. Though it is not directly supporting this one, but whereas it is the effect of the support given by the dean. My next one చెప్పండి, which of the following would weaken the policy decision of deporting foreign and after finishing their college? Would weaken the policy decision. My policy decision వల్ల మనకి ఎఫెక్ట్ వస్తుంది అని ఎక్కడ మనకు ఉంది, దేని నుంచి ఎఫెక్ట్ వస్తుంది, మా బి నుంచి కదా, ఇప్పుడే మనం చదివాం. దీనివల్ల అందరూ వెళ్ళిపోతే ఏమైపోతుంది, ఆ ఎకానమీ లాసెస్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. Now it is affecting the decision. And so what is your answer? Only B, choice 2. Then 154, and which of the following represents a reason for the government? Now why the government has taken, that is C. Is the reason, that is the cause. C is the answer, choice. Then next one 155 to 159. Now in this 155 to 159, how many persons are there? There are some 8 persons facing the center and they like different bikes. Now facing the center and they like different bikes, and how many are there? And 155 to 159. 8, how many questions? 5 questions. Now 5 questions, my first priority now, second priority now. First priority. Why? Because all the persons are center. As of now we haven't worked out any puzzle in this one. Only 2 puzzle second priority ki pettesam. కానీ ఉన్న వాటిలో ఇది మనకి కొద్దిగా ఈజీ, isn't it? Now let us start with this one. Now 8 persons were there. These 8 persons are seated around a circular table and all these 8 persons are facing towards the center. Then the one who likes splendor and P faces each other. మా Pని ఇక్కడ నేను తీసుకుంటే P is facing whom? The one who has splendor. Now these two are opposite to each other and Q and S face each other. Now these 2 persons Q and S face each other and neither of them like pulsar. Now Q and S are opposite and none of these 2 persons like what? Pulsar. Isn't it? The one who likes Yamaha sits second to the right of the one Activa. Now Yamaha is seated second to the right of the one Activa. Activa is here, Yamaha is here. And Q does not like Activa. Now Q Activa is ruled out. N does not like Pulsar and Splendor. N, Pulsar as well as Splendor is ruled out. And T who likes Apache. Now this T Apache and faces the one who likes Axis. Now T Apache, isn't it? And faces the one Axis. Now these 2 persons are opposite. N does not sit second to the left of R. N is not seated second to the left of R. Neither S nor Q likes Ducati. P sits third to the left of the one, this is information. And P is third to the left of the one who likes Pulsar. Now the one who likes Pulsar is here. Isn't it? Now neither Q nor S is Pulsar. N is also Pulsar is ruled out. And next, O sits to the immediate left of M. And 2 persons between Ducati and Royal Enfield. Now O sits to the immediate left of M. Now this is the basic information. My next economy start చేద్దాం చెప్పండి. And Q and S are opposite to each other. None of these 2 persons like Splendor, Pulsar. అవునా కదా? కనుక Q and S ఇక్కడ ఉండదు కాబట్టి ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి చెప్పండి? Q and S, there are different possibilities. Q and S can be like this. This is one possibility. And Q and S can be like this. This is the second possibility. అవునా కదా? And there are 2 possibilities to this one, Q and S. And Q and S, and Q does not like Activa. And Q and S are opposite. And T and Axis are opposite to each other. And T and Axis are opposite to each other. Then what is the other possibility we have? Now T and Axis must be in these 2 places in any order. Or T ఇక్కడ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ Axis ఉండాలి. అంతే కదా మనకి T and X. That is the second opposite places which are available. T and X are opposite to each other. Then in this one, Activa and Yamaha. And Activa is second to the left. అమ్మ ఇంకా మిగిలిపోయింది ఎవరు ఉన్నారు మనకి? N is not seated second to the left of R. N and R are not alternate places. N is not seated second to the left of R. The one who likes Splendor NP, Q and S face each other, and none of them likes Pulsar, and Pulsar cannot be in these two places. The one who likes Yamaha sits second to the right of the one Activa, and Activa and Yamaha we need to take. Now can you take Activa at this place? Am I Activa ikkada undachu? If Activa is here, Yamaha, is it possible? No. Then what is the other possibility we have? Then if you take Activa is here. Now, if Activa is at this place, it is a possibility. Then Yamaha is here. Undachu Yamaha, Activa and Yamaha, and second to the right. And Q does not like Activa. Then Q cannot be here. SC is here. Then Q will be here. Then and N does not like Pulsar and Splendor. Now N cannot be in these two places. As N cannot be in these two places, then what is the only possibility? N must be here. అంతే కదా, ఇది ఒకటే కదా ఇంకా మిగిలింది. Now N Pulsar కాదు, Splendor కాదు. Now this is the only possibility we have. Then the persons were done. Now we are left with two more, M and O. M and O గురించి O sits to the immediate left of M అన్నాడు. O is to the immediate left of M, O is here, M is here. Now సరిపోయిందా? O is to the immediate left hand side of M. Now the persons were finalized. And N does not, T who likes Apache and T likes Apache and faces the one who likes Axis. And T, Apache and Axis are opposite to each other. And next one. And N does not sit second to the left of R. N is not seated second to the left of R. Hence, R cannot be here, T must be here. T ikkada unte R must be here. Because N is not seated second to the left. Then T is what T likes, and T is Apache. Now if this T is Apache and this person is Axis. Then now the persons and the bikes were finalized. One more and two more bikes. What are those two? And Ducati. And two persons between these two. Neither S nor Q likes Ducati. And Q does not like Ducati, and N likes Ducati. My friend likes Ducati. Now this person likes Royal Enfield. Done with this? Now this is about 155 to 159. మా దీంతో నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకా కొద్దిగా ఈజీ చేయాలనుకుంటే M and Nతో స్టార్ట్ చేసుకుంటే ఈజీ అయిపోతుంది. బికాజ్ O ఈజ్ టు ది ఇమీడియట్ లెఫ్ట్ ఆఫ్ M. బోత్ దీస్ టూ మస్ట్ బి టుగెదర్. వీళ్ళిద్దరూ ఆపోజిట్ అయిపోయారు, వీళ్ళు ఆపోజిట్ అయిపోయారు, వీళ్ళు ఆపోజిట్. ఉన్నది మనకి రెండే పాసిబిలిటీస్. ఇంకా త్వరగా అవుతుంది. బికాజ్ దట్ ఈస్ గివెన్ సమ్వేర్ ఎట్ ద లాస్ట్లో ఎక్కడో ఇచ్చారు ఇది. Now this is about 155 to 159. మా నెక్స్ట్ 160 to 162 చేస్తున్నారా లేదా? డెఫినెట్గా చేసేదే కదా. 160 to 162. Then 163 and 164. Now in this, technology is constantly innovating new concepts, and as such, cell phones are no exception. Now the cell phone is also completely based on this technology. Technology is constantly innovating new concepts, and as such, cell phones too are no exception. As a result, innovative features are constantly being added to increase its value. The inbuilt camera is only one such feature. A camera phone has an infrastructure similar to MMS, which allows the user to instantly share pictures and videos with someone having a similar device to receive it. Now you do not need to carry around a camera everywhere you go. Earlier, and there were instances where we need to carry this camera along with us, but now it is not at all required, because the mobile phone itself is inbuilt with camera. That is very much sufficient. And which of the following cannot be inferred? That means cannot be drawn from the above thing. మరి చెప్పండి, ఏది మనం చెప్పలేం పై దగ్గర నుంచి. టెక్నాలజీ అడ్వాన్సెస్ ఆర్ టేకింగ్ ప్లేస్ ఇన్ ఫీల్డ్స్ అదర్ దెన్ సెల్ ఫోన్స్ యాజ్ వెల్. చెప్పొచ్చో లేదా? మా పైన ఏమంటుంది? టెక్నాలజీ కాన్స్టెంట్లీ ఇన్నోవేటింగ్ న్యూ కాన్సెప్ట్, అండ్ cell phone is one of that one. Along with this cell phone, there are other areas where this technology is also a part of that. Hence, first one can be drawn from the above paragraph. It is an inference. Hence, ikkada adugutundi cannot be inferred. And not directly stated but can be. Cannot be inferred. And second, one can share photos and videos via mobile phone provided the other person has a similar device. Now that is directly given, it is conclusion part. Mobile phones can also be used to purchase other than making calls, for purposes other than making calls. Now this camera is another other than this making calls. Now this can also be derived from the above paragraph. And the features of mobile phones are not useful as a built-in camera. They were useful or not useful? They are useful. Not useful. Hence 4 cannot be drawn from the above paragraph. And fifth one, there are many other features being added mobile phones nowadays, and concepts not constantly innovating. That means they are adding day by day. Isn't it? Hence, what is your answer here? Now 4, except for all the remaining can be drawn from the above paragraph, and 4 cannot be said. Choice for 163. Now 164. And which of the following can be concluded? My age man definitely conclude. Mobile phones that are basic last longer than the one with added features. Now easy talking, anything regarding its durability? No. And it is possible to share pictures with someone having similar camera. Now similar camera undala, similar now device and the features of that one rather than a camera. Isn't it? My a camera phone has an infrastructure similar to, which allows with someone having similar device to receive. Now it is the device which is receiving but not the camera. And if I am having around 6.0, if you are also having 6.0, we cannot share that one. And that camera will be used to take the picture but not to send the picture. Now which is sending the picture? The technology in that one sends the picture. Isn't it? And second one cannot be. And no one will buy cameras from now on. Now can you definitely say? Now there are some other people who are not interested into this one and they will buy this. We cannot define anything. Buying a phone with a camera is more convenient than buying 2 different devices. Yes, choice for example. Now 164. The next one, 165 to 169. Amma chesara? And 165 to 169. Now it comes in which category here? And they have different cars and they are born in different months in the same year. Isn't it? Months were given and at the same time 2 parameters were given. Now 2 parameters. We have already done one set in this one. Or set already chesam kada puzzle. And మిగిలిన వాటిలో ఫస్ట్ ఇది చేసుకోవచ్చు. Though it seems to be easier. ఎందుకన్నా వెనకలు ఇంకా ఈజీ ఉంటే అది చేసిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ చూద్దాం. Then coming back to this one, 170. Now 170, what is the logic we have? మా చేసారా లేదా 170? Now 70 each vowel, it change it to the next letter. And each consonant, change it to the previous letter. And the new are arranged in alphabetical order. And which are the following will be 6 from the right. మా చాలా చేసాం it type of questions. Class low, ascending. Now in this ascending, vowel, it change it to the next letter. B, F, J. Consonant previous. S minus 1 R, B, M, C, M, F. Then all these arranged in the alphabetical order, which is 6 from the right hand. Now 6 from the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 from the right hand is nothing but 4th from the left hand side. All these are arranged in the alphabetical order. 1, 2, 3, and 4th one is F. And F is the answer, choice one. And which of the following will be 6 letter from the right hand? 3, 4, 5, 6. That means at the 4th place. 4th place we need to have B, B, C and F. F is the answer, choice. Now alphabetical order. And new alphabet thus formed are arranged in alphabetical order. From right to left, son. Now if they are from right to left. And if they are from right to left, then 4th from the left hand side must be in the descending order. My descending order manaki emi ravali cheppandi. And what is the highest letter we have? R. Next one M, M. Next one J. Now J is the letter. Okay, J, that is choice 3. Because they were from right to left rather than left to right. 170. మా 171 ఆన్వర్డ్స్ చేస్తున్నారా లేదా? ఎస్, టెల్ మీ వాట్ ఈస్ ద లాజిక్ హియర్. మా నెంబర్స్ ఎలా వస్తున్నాయి? And 48, 61, 66, 77. All these numbers are arranged in ascending order, isn't it? Now here also the same numbers. Same numbers unnaya, different unnaya. Now 43 has become 48. How much is added? Plus 5. Next time and 61. 56 plus 5 and 61. And next one, 66 allows 61 plus 5. And next one 70 and 72. 72 plus 5 and 87 plus 5. To each of these number, 5 is added. Then they were arranged in the alphabetical order. Ante kada? Then alphabetical order, then what happened to the remaining? F, P and D. F, then next one, next entry. F, P, D, then T, G, R, and next L, H, X, S, Y, M. F, L, M, S and T. అంతే కదా? ఎవ్రీ ఆల్టర్నేట్ ఇన్ ద అసెండింగ్. ఎఫ్ తర్వాత ఏమైనా ఎల్, ఎల్ తర్వాత ఎం, నెక్స్ట్ వన్ టీ అండ్ ఎస్ ఇన్ ద డిసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్. దిస్ ఈజ్ హౌ దీస్ వర్డ్స్ ఆర్ అరేంజ్. దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చేయాలి? దెన్ వీ నీడ్ టు చెక్ అవుట్ ద ప్యాటర్న్. నా ఫస్ట్ ఏమి అరేంజ్ అవుతుంది చెప్పండి? 92. హైయెస్ట్ నెంబర్ కమింగ్ టు ద ఫస్ట్ ప్లేస్ అండ్ ద లోయెస్ట్ వర్డ్ at the last place. Then from there onwards, 91 shifted to second, third, 4, 5 and FPD second, third, 4, 5 from the right hand. And next one will be added here and added here and so on. All the numbers are arranged at the first place, shifted to the right hand side. Words are arranged at the last place, shifted to the next place. Then, now these questions are based on the same pattern and the same logic. Now 171 to 170. Chestar kada? Then next one. What is the next one we have? Now 176 onwards. And first or the second priority? Definitely under the first priority, 176 to 179. And once you are done with this one, 180 to 184. Now 180 to 184, now it is based on the persons and the ages. Certain number of floors, no floor is vacant. No floor is vacant, it is clearly given. And only one person stays on each floor. Each person's age or person's name is given, but not both. కానీ వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చిన వాటిలో ఏమొస్తుంది? అయితే ఏజ్ ఇస్తారు, లేకపోతే పర్సన్ నేమ్, బట్ నాట్ బోత్. దెన్ బట్ నాట్ బోత్ అమాంగ్ దిస్. అండ్ నాట్ ఇఫ్ he lives on the first floor, his or her age is given. And similarly, the one whose age is 10 lives on the second floor, his or her name is not given. Okay, the same thing as explained. The lowermost floor is number 1 and 2 and so on. మన ఇంతవరకు అయితే ఇంతే కదా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. And the age of the person who lives on the bottom floor is not given. Age is not given means the bottom floor. Who is staying on the bottom floor? A person is staying on the bottom floor. Okay? Person is staying on the bottom floor. Done with this? ఇది కొద్దిగా మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి పెడదాం. జస్ట్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ చదివేసాం. అండ్ ఉన్న వాటిలో నో అదర్ పారామీటర్, దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఈజీ టు క్రాక్. అండ్ దీనికన్నా వెనక ఇంకేమైనా లాస్ట్కి వచ్చేసాం ఇక మనం. ఈజీ ఉంటాయి చేసుకున్న తర్వాత దీనికి వద్దాం. And 180 to 184. Then next one, 185. Parents of a few students have complained that their children had difficulty in comprehending the audio visuals used to explain a few lessons. The teacher did not explain the lesson in class as she thought that the audio visual was enough. Okay, ma? My parents will complain ఏంటి? ఈ పిల్లలు ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో మనకి ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ వల్ల దే కుడ్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు ఫాలో. ఎందుకు ఫాలో కాలేకపోతున్నారు? బికాజ్ ద టీచర్స్ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? ఆడియో విజువల్స్ ఇచ్చేసిన తర్వాత దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయినింగ్ దిస్ వన్, isn't it? As if, let us take, I am giving the final solution to this one and I am not explaining how this arrangement you are getting. Is it useful for you? And the same way these teachers are doing. అది వాళ్ళ కంప్లైంట్. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? ఆడియో విజువల్లో అది డిస్ప్లే చేసి వదిలేస్తున్నారు. అక్కడ మొత్తం వస్తుంది కదా, వాళ్ళు ఫాలో అవుతారని వదిలేస్తున్నారు. Isn't it? Rather than explaining that. Then, which of the following can be an argument for the teacher to defend herself? ఆమె డిఫెండ్ చేసుకోవాలి, మేము చెప్పింది చేసింది కరెక్టే అని ఏది సపోర్టింగ్ చేస్తుంది టీచర్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్లో? Teacher should have explained the lesson after displaying the audio visual aid. Now, this is the course of action what she has to do. అవునా కదా? ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి? షీ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయినింగ్. దాని సొల్యూషన్ ఏంటి? షీ హ్యాస్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్. Now it comes under course of action rather than supporting statement. Using audiovisual aid for explaining the lesson should be banned. Now branches, is it supporting the teachers, this one? It is contradicting that. It is supporting the parents' argument but not the teacher's argument. And students should not depend only on the lessons explained in school. And they must. Now this support chestunda. This is again contradicting this one. This is weakening this one. And this is again supporting the parents' class. And the audio-visual lessons are very good aids to explain concept provided students are attentive in class. అమ్మా ఇప్పుడు టీచర్ ఏమంటున్నారు, వాళ్ళు శ్రద్ధగా వింటే దీన్ని మించింది ఇంకొకటి లేదు అని అంటున్నారు. దట్ మీన్స్ దే కుడ్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు ఫాలో బికాస్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ అటెంటివ్. నౌ వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ సపోర్టింగ్ ద టీచర్స్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ ఆర్ నాట్. 4 ఈజ్ డన్. మాకు క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైతే దాని అంత ఈజీ ఇంకోటి ఉండదు వస్తుంది. దెన్ 185 అమ్మా 186 ఆన్వర్డ్స్ చేసేస్తారు కదా, 186 to 180 అండ్ 189, 90. ఎస్, మా 6 క్వశ్చన్స్ మనం ఏవైతే చేసామో అండ్ లీవింగ్ దిస్ 181 ఆన్వర్డ్స్ అహెడ్. మా వీటితో కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే ఏది ఈజీ మనకి? లాస్ట్ 6 కదా ఈజీ. అవి చేసిన తర్వాత అప్పుడు దీనికి రండి. ఓకే, దెన్ మా స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం. ఇది 180. Now in this 180 onwards, and how many floors are there? మా ఎన్ని ఫ్లోర్స్ ఉన్నాయి? Now it is not again certain number of floors are not, and at the same time certain number of floors are there. Now in the lowermost floor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and so on. అలా పెట్టుకొని ఉంచుదాం. ఓకే, now lowermost person ఎవరు ఉండాలి? Age is not given, person should be there. Okay, the lowermost floor numbered as 1. Age of the person who lives on the bottom floor is not given, hence we need to have the information regarding the person. And next, there are 2 floors between 12 and 17. Now between 12 and 17 there must be exactly 2 in any order. 12 and 17, 2 floors. And the one whose age is 8 just live above S. Just lives above S 8. 8 is just above this S. And R lives on the floor which is 3 floors above 8. R is 3 floors above. 1, 2, 3, R will be here. మా ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు చెప్పండి? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And which is 3 floors above the floor of the one whose age is 8. The one whose age is 17 lives just below Q's floor. Now 17 is just below Q's floor. 17 just above Q's floor. The one whose age is 17 just above Q's floor. The one whose age is 27 lives immediately below R's floor. అంతే కదా, 27 is immediately below R's floor. And there are 3 floors between T and 12. మా Tకి 12కి మధ్యలో ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? There are 3 in between T and 12 in any order. T and 12 in any order. And next one. And the one whose age is 30 lives immediately below T. Immediately below T, who is that person? 30. Now T ఇక్కడ ఉంటే 30 is immediately below this. Now if you start with this one, T తో స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం ఇక్కడ. Now if you start with this T here, T, then 30, and if T and 30 were given, then 12 must be after this one. This is one possibility. తర్వాత మనకి 12 పైన T కిందన రాసుకోవచ్చు. Then T, 30, blank, blank, 12 were given. Now between 12 and 17 we need to have exactly 2. And 17 must be below this one. అవునా కదా? Because above 30 is already there. Now we have done with this one. Then 17 is immediately above this Q, Q must be here. Now if Q is here, then 8 and S. Yes and 8. And 17 is immediately above this Q. మనకి వేరే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏమి ఉందా? R. R is my information. And R 27 and blank 8 and S. Now R and 27. R and 27 are adjacent to each other. Now tell me where it is possible. మా R and 27 ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? Now can we have R at this place or not? ఎందుకంటే R కన్నా కింద minimum you need to have 3. Isn't it? If R is here, then 27 will be here, R and 20. Then there is a blank. Blank తర్వాత ఏముంది? 8. 8 తర్వాత yes. Now this is there. అందరూ వచ్చేసారా లేదా? Then tell me from where we need to start. Now starting with the Q. Now Q, then Q is the person. Then what is the next age? 17. next to 17 years, next to S is 8. No floor is vacant అన్నాడు. As no floor is vacant, 8 తర్వాత ఏంటి 12 years of age, then next one 27 years of age, then or next 30, then one more person that is T, then who is on the 9th floor. Done with this? Now this is about question numbers 180 to 185. Then tell me what are the remaining questions we have left over. My remaining ఉద్దేశం ఏమున్నాయి 165 to 169 and the first two. Among these 165 to 169 and the remaining ఏది ఈజీ మనకి? మనం ఇప్పుడు 3 సెట్స్ వదిలేసాం. మూడిట్లో ఫస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ ఏది? మన నెంబర్ చెప్పాలి. ఇది చేద్దామా, ఇది చేద్దామా, 165 to 169 చేద్దామా? నేను మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను, కానీ మీరు ఎగ్జామ్లో చేసేది ఫస్ట్ ఏది అది అడుగుతున్నా. 165 to 169 బికాస్ మంత్స్ వేర్ గివెన్. మంత్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి మనకి ఈజీ అవుతుంది. దెన్ 165 to 169. ఆఫ్టర్వర్డ్స్ ఐ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ద డిఫికల్ట్ వన్. అండ్ వద్ద 165 to 160 అమ్మ చేశారు అందరూ? ఫైన్. Then after this మన నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చెప్పిన 148 to 151. 148 to 151. Now in this 148 to 151, what is the information we have? Now how many persons? 12 persons. Now these 12 persons are sitting in two parallel rows facing each other. Facing each other. Then now who are the persons in this row? The row that is facing towards south. Mention A through F are facing towards south. A through F are facing towards south. And in the other row, now who are the persons in the other row? Those who are facing towards north. That is the remaining KL, M and OP. Now K2P are the persons who are facing towards north. And K2P north and A2F they are facing towards south. Then now persons who facing north direction got marks of first 6 consecutive. Consecutive multiples of what? Multiples of 3. And here these persons got consecutive multiples of 4. Isn't it? Consecutive multiple first 6 అన్నాడు. మా మార్నింగ్ క్లాస్లో అదే డిస్కస్ చేసాం మనం. Consecutive, first consecutive. There is a huge difference, isn't it? And no two persons sitting each other according to alphabetical order. That means if B is there, B is not adjacent to A or C. And in the same way, no two persons who got marks consecutive number. That means if there is 9 here, if the person who got 9 marks is here, 6 and 12 is not adjacent to this 9. Ante kada? Now, no two persons who got consecutive numbers, okay, of 3 or 4 are sitting each other. Are you getting this point or not? అమ్మ ఇక్కడ మనకు మాట్లాడుతుంది 3 or 4 అంటే ఇందులో పక్క పక్కన లేరు, 4 మల్టిపుల్స్లో కూడా పక్క పక్కన లేరు, అది వాడి మీనింగ్. అంతేగాని మనకి ఇక్కడ 3 and 4 అంటే 9 and 12 కెనాట్ బి అడ్జసెంట్. 9 ఏమో 3 మల్టిపుల్, 4 ఏమో 12 ఏమో 4 మల్టిపుల్, అలా అని కాదు వాడి మీనింగ్. వాడి మీనింగ్ 3 మల్టిపుల్స్లో ఏ 2 నెంబర్లు కూడా పక్క పక్కన రాకూడదు. అండ్ అలానే 4లో కూడా ఏ 2 మల్టిపుల్స్ కూడా పక్క పక్కన రాకూడదు. దెన్ now this is what it is given. Then coming back, must start చేద్దాం మరి. A is next to right to E and C is next to left to E. A is next to right to E and C is next to left. That means these 3 persons must be together. As these 3 persons are together, neither A nor C sits at the extreme ends. Then what are the possibilities we have? A, E, C, that is one possibility. Then what is the next possibility we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here again A, E and C. Now A is here, E is here and C is here. Now saripenda? A, E and C were here. Now there are 2 different possibilities altogether. And B and D are not sitting each other. B and D are not seated adjacent to each other. As B and D are not adjacent to each other, one of these persons between B and D must be here. Avuna kada? Now follow అవుతున్నారు లేదా? B and D are not adjacent to each other. అంటే B ఎక్కడ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ ఎవరు ఉండాలి? D ఉండాలి. డి ఉండకూడదు, ఇక్కడ బి ఉంటే ఇక్కడ డి ఉండకూడదు. కనుక ఈ ఇద్దరిలో ఎవడో ఒకటి ఎక్కడైతే ఉండాలి. either B or D must be at this place, out of which A cannot be at that place. ఎందుకు A? Because A and B are consecutive letters. As B cannot be here, D must be here. అమ్మ ఫైండ్ అయిందా లేదా? Are you getting this point or not? B and D are not. అలానే ఇక్కడ ఏమైపోవాలి చెప్పండి, and B and D are not adjacent. That means now here we cannot have B and here we cannot have B. Here we need to have B. And B and D are not adjacent, D is here. And if D is here, who is the other person? F is at this point. C and D. Now C and D were like this means this case is not possible at all. Second case got invalid. Now we have left with only the first case. Then coming back to this. A, D and B cannot be at this place, B must be here. Now B is here, F is at this place. Now the persons were finalized. Then next one. B and D are not sitting adjacent to each other. M sits third to the left of O. O sits at the ends of the line. That means O is here. M must be at this place. M sits third to the left of O. O is at one of the ends. Then M got 12 marks. M got 12 marks and 12 adjacent to 12. M ఉండొచ్చు multiples of 3. 9 ఉండకూడదు. 9 and 15 cannot be here. 9 and 15 cannot be in these places. అంతే కదా, 9 and 15. And P does not face A. Now P cannot be at this place. Now P cannot be opposite to A. P cannot be at this place. Now P cannot be at this place. అవునా కదా. మా P అంటే O and P are adjacent ఉండకూడదు కదా, మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి బ్లాంక్ చూస్తారేంటి. Then P cannot be at this place. Hence P can be either here or here. Two possibilities. P does not face A. The persons who got second least mark in both the directions are sitting diagonally opposite to each other. Second least అంటే ఇందులో 6, అందులో 8. 6 and 8 are diagonally opposite. How many possibilities? Two possibilities. Longest diagonal. ఇక్కడ 6 ఉంటే ఇక్కడ 8, ఇక్కడ 6 ఉంటే ఇక్కడ 8. అంతే కదా, 6 and 8. Then diagonal opposite. Two persons among the 6 who faces south. Now here we are talking about two persons among the 6 who are facing south. South కు ఫేస్ చేస్తున్న 6 మెంబర్స్లో ఇద్దరు ఏమైపోవాలి. Then got 1 mark more than the opposite person. 1 mark more than the opposite అన్నాడు. ఆపోజిట్ ఉన్నవాడి కన్నా ఒక మార్క్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది. మా ఆపోజిట్ కన్నా ఒక మార్క్ రావాలంటే వాట్ ఆర్ ద డిఫరెంట్ పాసిబిలిటీస్? కనుక అక్కడ 4 పాసిబిలిటీస్ తీసుకోండి. 4, 8, 12 ఇంకా 16, 20, 24. నా ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏమవ్వాలి? 3, 6, 9 ఇంకా 12, 15, 18. నా ఇప్పుడు ఏమంటున్నాను? నా 15 and 16 is one such category. 8 and 9 is another such category. మా ఎన్ని పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి? 2. And so these two are opposite. Which two are opposite? And 2 persons among the 6 and among the 6, 2 persons among the 6, 15 and 16. మా 8 and 9 అవ్వదు, అవునా కదా. And 3 and 4 అవుతుంది. Now 3 and 4, 15 and 16, they are opposite to each other. And faces the south, got 1 mark more than their opposite person. కనుక నార్త్కి ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాడికన్నా ఒక మార్క్ ఎక్కువ రావాలి. 3 and 4, 15 and 16. And D does not get more than 10 marks. That means D got lesser than 10 marks. As D got lesser than 10 marks, మా Dకి ఏముండాలి? either 4 or 8. మా 8 తీసుకోవచ్చా? This is one such possibility. 4 అవ్వచ్చు, 8 అవ్వచ్చు. Then if at this place 8 ఉంటే ఇక్కడ ఎంత రావాలి? 6 must be here. Then if 8 is at this place, మా నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ ఎలా చేస్తాం? 12 ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది. 9 and 15 cannot be here, అవునా కదా. 9 and 15 cannot be here. Hence where should this 15? 15 must be here. యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తారా లేదా? ఎందుకు? 15కి ఆపోజిట్ పెద్ద నెంబర్ ఉండాలి. And 16, hence 16 will be here. And if it is 6 ఉంది, 15 ఉంది, and 9 cannot be here. మన 9 ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? 9 must be here. 9 ఇక్కడ ఉంటే నెక్స్ట్ ఏం రావాలి? మా నెక్స్ట్ 3 and 4 are ఆపోజిట్ కదా. And 3 and 4 are opposite అంటే 3 ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? 3 and 4 are opposite. Then among this 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 రావాలి. ఇక్కడ 15 వచ్చింది కాబట్టి 18 ఇక్కడ ఉండొచ్చా? ఉండకూడదు. మరి ఏం రావాలి? 18 ఇక్కడ రావాలి. 18 ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ ఎంత రావాలి? 3 రావాలి. 3 ఇక్కడ వస్తే ఆపోజిట్ ఎంత రావాలి? 4 రావాలి. అవునా కదా అమ్మా? 2 ఆల్రెడీ 8 and 9. మా 8 and 9 వచ్చింది. మా 8 and 9 ఫైన్. 8 and 9 వచ్చింది కరెక్ట్. అక్కడ కండిషన్ ఏమి ఇచ్చారు? మా కండిషన్ 2 persons among the 6 who faces south got 1 mark more than. ఇక్కడ సౌత్ ఉన్న వాడికి ఎక్కువ వచ్చిందా తక్కువ వచ్చిందా? తక్కువ వచ్చింది. అది సౌత్ ఉన్న వాడికి 1 మార్క్ ఎక్కువ రావాలి, నార్త్ ఉన్న వాడికి 1 మార్క్ తక్కువ రావాలి. ఇక్కడ ఏమైంది? రివర్స్ కేసు. మరి సరిపోయింది కదా. నౌ దీస్ ఆర్ ద పర్సన్స్ డన్. దెన్ 4, 16, 8 అయిపోయింది. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకెంత ఉండాలి చెప్పండి? 20 and 24. Now 20 and 24, and it in information C does not get more marks than 10. A is A and C, neither A nor C. B and D are not seated adjacent. And next one, M higher, O higher. Now P cannot be in these two places. As P cannot be here, my ఎవరో ఇద్దరు opposite ఇచ్చారు. P does not face A. M sits out to the left, and P does not face A. The persons who got the second and 2 persons among the 1, 6 who faces south got 1 mark. P does not get more marks than 10. They get information. Now with the help of this information, remaining persons and fix చేస్తారు. మా P కి మనకి 2 possibilities ఉన్నాయి. And what are the possibilities we have for this P? Now P is P ని ఇక్కడ తీసుకుంటే, and there is one such possibility. Then M, P and O. మిగిలిపోయిన ఎవరు? K. మా K ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి చెప్పండి? K cannot be, L cannot be in these two places. అవునా కదా? అప్పుడు L ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? L ఎక్కడ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ ఎవరు ఉండాలి? K ఉండాలి. K, L, M, N. Can N be here? No. అది ఇన్వాలిడ్ అయిపోయింది, ఇది ఇన్వాలిడ్ అయిపోయింది. Which implies that P cannot be at this place. Then as P cannot be here. My next possibility, what is the only possibility left for this thing? P must be here. Now if P is M, P, O అయిపోయింది. Next one, next ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి చెప్పండి? K, L and N. K, L and N. N cannot be here, N cannot be here, N is. అవునా కదా? N ఇక్కడ ఉంటే ఇంకా మిగిలిపోయింది ఎవరు? K and L. K and L, L cannot be here, L is here. If L is here, P is. అయిపోయింది. Done with this? Now this is the final arrangement. Now this is about 148 to 150. ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి కదా పైన multiples of 4. Multiples of 4 is, then what are the different multiples of 4? 8 and 16. And 8 తో పాటు మనకి ఏం రావాలి? 3 and 4 are opposite. 3 ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ 4 రావాలి. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ 15 కి ఆపోజిట్ ఎంత రావాలి? 16. 4, 16, 8 అయిపోయింది. 4, 8, 16. Now we are left 16 పక్కన 12 రాకూడదు, 20 రాకూడదు. Isn't it? Then 24. And 24, then 4, 8 and 12 cannot be here. మా 12 ఇక్కడ రాకూడదు. 8 and 12 cannot be adjacent. 16 పక్కన కూడా 12 రాకూడదు. Hence 12 must be here. And 4, 8, 12, 16. Next ఎంత రావాలి? 20 and 24. 16 పక్క 20 రాకూడదు. This is 20 and 16. And E is 12. No? Why is 12? మేము ఇప్పుడు రాస్తాం అది 20. Then now 8 అయింది, 4 అయింది, 6. ఇంతవరకు clear? Then coming to this 12. 12 cannot be, ఇది 12. ఇదే కదా 12. ఇది 12 అయిపోయింది. 16. Now this is 20. Now this. Then మీరే నాకు చెప్తున్నారు, మరి ఎందుకు ఎక్కారు ఎగ్జామ్లో? మొత్తం కరెక్షన్స్ అన్ని చెప్తున్నారు. సార్ ఇది ఇక్కడ ఉండకూడదు, ఇక్కడ ఉండొచ్చు. మీరే క్లియర్గా చెప్తున్నారు. అదే మీరు మెయిన్ ఇక్కడ అర్థం పడ్డారు. 3 or 4 మల్టిపుల్. ఓకే, అది ఎలా తీసేసుకున్నారంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి 9, 12, 3 మల్టిపుల్, 4 మల్టిపుల్ ఉంది. 6 ఇంటూ పక్కన కాదని తీసేసుకున్నారు. అక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం. దెన్ నౌ దిస్ ఇస్ అబౌట్ 148 to 150. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకా 141 to 145 చేద్దాము. నెక్స్ట్ 141 to 145. Yes, how many of you had done this one? 141 to 145 teacher? Might be in the right down. Then it is 141 to 145. Now here there are some 8%. MNOPQRS bought a laptop in either of the 3 months. March, April, May. Now in 2004. Now in the year 2004. March, April and March, April and again in 2009. Now in 2009 again March, April and May. And next one 2016. Now in 2016 again March, April and May. And they gather more information. Then 9 persons were there, and out of it only 8 persons have bought different articles, and one person has not bought in one of the months. And they gather. Then now coming to this one, N bought a laptop. N bought a laptop in the month which has even number days and also even number year. Even number year 2004 and 2016. Now N can be again in the month which is having even number. N is here or N can be. Then again, and 2 possibly. And N's wife bought in March but did not buy in the same year. N's wife bought in the month of March. That means N is having a wife. N is married, N is having a wife, and his wife bought in the month of March but not in the same year. Hence, N's wife can be here, N's wife, or N's wife can be here. Now, look at the 2 possible. N's wife bought in the month of March and in the not in the same year. Now, here again, N's wife, whoever may be that person, and that person must be in the month of March. And then now this is N's wife in the month of March. And only one person bought between N's wife and R. Now between N's wife and R, there must be exactly one person. And one person between N's wife and R did not buy in the month of April. R did not buy in the month of April. Now April is also a month, isn't it? Because N's wife in the month of March. One person between N and R and only must be in the month of May. And next one. N and Q did not buy in the same year. N and Q were not born in the same. And Q bought in a leap year after N. Now Q bought in a leap year after N. This case is ruled. Q bought in a leap year, and at the same time Q bought in a leap year, and N and Q did not buy in the same year. Q ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి Nకి తర్వాత ఉండాలి. లీప్ ఇయర్స్ ఏమున్నాయి 2004 ఉంది 2016. Now ఇక్కడ N ఉంటుంది and Q is after this one but not in the same year. అవునా కదా? And this case is ruled out. Now we have left with the first case. Now first case లో N ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? N must be at this. If N is here, now Q born, and now Q bought in this month. Now Q bought in the year 2016. 16 ఉండాలి అంతే కదా? Now Q bought in 2016. There is one person between Q and R. మా Qకి Rకి మధ్య there is exactly one person అన్నది. 1% అంటే ఇక్కడ Q ఉంటే and Q, can Q be in the month of March? Q bought, N's wife bought it in the month of March, then and both did not in the same. One person bought between N's wife and R. Now if N's wife is here, N's wife ki R ki majlo. How many persons are there? There is exactly one person. Can you take R at this place or not? N's wife and R. Then R did not buy in the month of April. Q bought in a leap year after N. And N and Q not in the same. Only 2 persons bought in the year which Q bought the laptop. That means in 2016 there are only 2 persons. That means in one of the months one person has not bought. ఒక మంత్ అయితే వేకెంట్ ఎవరు బై చేయలేదు. Only 2 persons bought in this one. as only 2 persons bought in this one. And ఇప్పుడు మనకి positive. Now Q ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? There must be exactly 1 person between these two. Now ఇక్కడ Q ఉంటే and 1 person between these two, that is valid. 1 person between, mind, our information is all important. And what is that information here? N and Q, only 2 persons bought in the year which bought, only 1 person between N's wife and R. And R and Q buy in the same month. R and Q are in the same month. Same month as R in the month of this one, Q must be. And there you go. R and Q in the same month. And one of them is the daughter of N. One of them is the daughter of N. And one of them is the daughter of N. Tell me who is the daughter of N then? N ki daughter. And Q cannot be that person, isn't it? Why Q cannot be here? And Q, N's wife, only 1 person. Blood relation tarvata chuddam. Okay? And only 2 persons in the Q, R and Q, and one of them. That means either R or Q is the daughter of this one. And T bought in the month which has odd number days. T, odd number days. That means either March or May, which has odd number of days but not in even years. But not in even years. That means it must be in the month of 2009. And odd. And Akaravali and T. And where should this T? T must be here. Now who is this T? T is N. Then now we got the relation here. Then N, T, R, Q. T is sister-in-law. But immediately after T. Immediately after T. T is sister-in-law. T is sister-in-law. That means maybe now N sister or if there is one more person. That is T is and T is sister-in-law and immediately before T. T bought in the month which has the odd number of days. And T's sister-in-law bought it immediately before. Now T's sister-in-law bought immediately before whom? Immediately before T. Immediately before T, and T's sister-in-law must be here. Then sister-in-law is immediately before this T. Then M bought after R. M bought after R, hence M can be either here or here. That means there is only M and Q after this R because one of the month is vacant. M bought after R but not in March. But not in March, hence M must be in the month of April. M in the month of April. Now this is the month where there is no sale. No one purchased in this month. Then N, T, R, M, Q April. Then M bought after R but not in March. M is the nephew of S. Now this M is the nephew of whom? M is the nephew of S. And as many persons bought after R before S. After R, how many persons are there? Make information. 2 persons bought between. Only 2 in which only 1 person between N's wife and R. N's wife R is 1 person. And only 2 persons bought N and Q. R and Q in the same month. And T bought in the month which has R. M bought as many persons bought after R before S. After R, how many people? After R, how many people? And 2 people. And before this S, there must be 2 people. And S is the sister-in-law of T. S is the sister-in-law of T. Maybe S is the sister. Then, now this M. Now M is the nephew of S. Hence M is here. M is the nephew. M is the nephew of S. Then next one. Now between these 2 persons, 1. The one who bought at the last is the daughter-in-law of T. T is the daughter-in-law. Who is that one? Q. Q is the daughter-in-law of T means now Q is T's son's wife. Who is the son of T? M. Hence Q and M are married to each other. Then who is the daughter of this N? R is the daughter of this N. R is the daughter. Then P bought after her brother. P is having a brother as well. Now who is that brother here? P is the brother of brother. P bought after her brother. Her brother means P is a female. Now P is a female. P bought after her brother. Then who is the brother here? My T is the cause. T is N's wife, sister-in-law. N. N can N be here? No. Isn't it? Hence where it is P. And P is here. And O is the brother of P. O is the brother of P. And P bought after her brother. Q's sister-in-law and Q's daughter. Q's sister-in-law as well as Q's daughter. Who is Q's sister-in-law? R. And who is Q's daughter? My Q's daughter Aruna. And bought in the same year. Q's sister-in-law. Now Q's sister-in-law is R and P bought in the same year. Hence who is this P? Daughter. Daughter of whom? Daughter of P. Now P is here. Now P is here. Then O is the son of M. Now O is the son of M, next category. And O is the son of M. O and P are the children of M. Sarvena? O and P is the children of M. Then, now what is the final blood relation part? S is here. Now S's brother is N. N is married to T. Isn't it? And N is married to T. Then there are two children to this. And who are those two? R is one, M is the other, and M is wife. And who is the wife of M? Q, because Q is the daughter-in-law. And again this M is having two children, and one is P, a sister, and O is what? O is the sister. My final arrangement. Then, now this is about question numbers 141 to 145. Done with this? ఇందులో మనం ఇంతకుముందు చేసాం 6%. ఆ డిఫికల్టీ లెవెల్ ఎక్కువ వచ్చే ఛాన్స్, ఎందుకంటే ఒకే కండిషన్ మీద మొత్తం మనం ఎలిమినేట్ చేస్తాం, అవునా కదా? అలాంటివి ఎక్కువ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్లో పడుతుంది.